Hello, everyone. Hello, my mindset and money crew. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so excited. It is the top of 2024. I haven't seen you guys in a while. We haven't done our Manifest Mondays in a while, but it's 2024. Your girl have been really busy with clients, like being in person and being in the physical, but we're definitely back. I feel like I got to stay connected to you all, and give over this message that I feel like I need to give to you. In order for you to live your best life and do the work and the due diligence that it takes to be successful in whatever it is you want to do, right? So, welcome back to Manifest Monday. I am your founder, Coach Finance Muslima, and I am so happy to say we have a lot of new business besties in this community. So, if you don't know who I am or what I do, my name is Finance Muslima. I've been in business for a little over 10 years. I've been in the finance space since 2017. Your girl started off as a life insurance agent. The ability, the amount of impact I was able to have sitting in homes with families, helping them with life insurance, having a financial literacy conversation, and just helping families get on board. I never knew that it was so many issues and topics of discussions that we weren't having in our household. So that's what led me into coaching. Yes. I was like, to mid 2018, I was like, I gotta figure. I want to do this from a more personal standpoint. Love life insurance, love it. But it was like I want to reach deeper. I wanted to be able to tap the women who were coming from inner city, coming from poverty mindset, and all these things that I struggled to get through in order to hit this level of success. Women needed someone like me to be able to reach back in touch and say, hey, girl, you can do this because I personally done it, right? I am your coach that teaches what I mastered, money mindset, through my own personal journey. And I was like, I want to double back and help my people. So that's exactly what I do. So for our new business besties, that is who I am, a little bit of my story. What I do, it is several components to my company. We operate as a consulting company. What is it that we do, right? I coach women in business, no matter where you are in business, startup, stuff, need to get to the next level, whether you already a 6 or 7 figure owner coach, everybody need coaching just at different levels. All right. So I do have coaching programs for women in business that I help, whether it be virtually or whether it be in person if you're local in the Charlotte area. We also have a credit repair program. If you need help with your credit, we are helping minority women into home ownership or even purchasing their first investment property, second, third investment property, getting into the real estate game. And that's typically what everybody want to fix their credit for. Um, we have the resources and everything behind that. So we got the coaching program packages, we have the credit repair program, um, the business consulting, and then also we have taxes, right? You need help with your taxes, whether it be, actually business taxes, I'm gonna say that. You need help with business taxes, trying to figure it out. We do that as well. Also, what else is it that we do? Oh, money mindset meetups. If you're local to the Charlotte area, money mindset meetups is typically in Charlotte once a month. Right, it's 2024. We're doing something once a month. If you're local in Charlotte, you definitely need to be in the building. So you need to stay connected for dates and so forth that comes up where you can get out, promote your business, meet some other like-minded professionals in the community. This is very important for you. The reason I will never stop doing my money mindset meetups and providing this space for other women and opening my platform, leveraging my contacts and connections, and creating this space once a month is because your girl been a coach for years, a long time, right? I know what I work with women in business from a personal standpoint, whether they be at $5,000 a month, 10,000, $20,000 a month, whatever be 7 figure earners already. I know what women in business lack. They lack two things: marketing and sales. Marketing and sales. My money mindset meetups that are local in Charlotte, where I am, this space provides them the opportunity to meet new people in the professional industry, to get the help or whatever it is they need. We have vendors, we have giveaways, we give them the opportunity to sell their products and expand their reach and get in front of more people that they don't have access to and that they don't know. Right? We all can sit home and make money online. I can. I do some days, but my community reach is very, very important for me. So once a month, if you're in Charlotte, make sure you stay connected so you can be in a building for those. So we run a full consulting firm, right? Any of those things you need help with, just make sure you stay connected on the page for the updates and so forth. You follow me on Instagram. It's I am Finance Muslima. Instagram does really, really well for us, getting us leads and making a connection that we need to take this firm to the next level. Yeah, I would say that's it in a bulk. Who we are, what we do. I wanted to put that out there for the new business besties, or maybe some of the business besties in here who haven't been connected in a while, wanted to come back. I'm like, hey, it's Manifest Monday. Let me get out here again. Let's start the new year on a good foot. I just got so consumed with business consulting that I've been kind of out of the loop, being able to connect with you guys, but I'm here and I'm excited for the new year. And I hope that you guys like my vision board that I shared. It's nothing wrong with sharing your vision. I want to tell y'all that. There's nothing wrong with sharing your vision. I share with y'all one of the three that I made. There's nothing wrong with sharing your vision. It's just all about the people who you're sharing it to. I would say that. It's nothing wrong with sharing your vision. It's all about who you're sharing it to. All right. So that is very, very important. If you haven't done a vision board yet, we are literally, I'm ahead of time. I'm going to say we at the first of the month. I'm going to say it's February. That's how I operate. Do your vision board. Get you one done. It's never a late time. You don't have to do it all the time in the new year. I know people that do vision boards every 6 months. Get you a vision board created. Make it an activity you can do with your family. If you have a husband, boyfriend, whoever, y'all have a family together, you have children, especially teenagers, whether it be boy or girl teenagers, like do Taco Tuesday night or something and get some vision boards, magazines, and let them express their vision for life and how they feel and what they feel is best for them. I have a 19-year-old, so a lot of times with our children, we want them to be who we want them to be. But let's start opening our households and our family tables to having conversations that we didn't have coming up. Let them express to you who they are, what they like, what they want in life. I'll tell you, it'll take you a long way, right? You want them to go to college, you want them to have a good career, you want them to be a doctor, all these things. Like the reality is that's not going to happen. We tend to want to live our lives through our children sometimes. Let's just be realistic. It's been happening since before our time. It happens. I'm telling you, turn a vision board family night into something fun. Even if it's with your closest friends, is nothing wrong with sharing vision with each other. It's all about who you're connected to, right? I get inspired and uplifted in my circle when I do these things. Even bigger things come to mind when I tend to be around more successful women. I'm like, oh, I wasn't dreaming big enough on that one. I like that idea. There's nothing wrong with it. We needed to dream bigger and push ourselves to gain more discipline when we are around higher, more successful, more educated women. Okay. I want to talk to you about mindset and manifestation. Now, I know that a lot of women in business, and I only speak from experience. So from my years of coaching and my experience in coaching, I know a lot of women first come to me like, I need a business fund, I need to fix my credit, I need this, that, and they don't have business plans. They don't even know what it is they want to do with the money. They don't know where their business will be in the next 5-10 years. Like these are a lot of things that you need to know before jumping into huge decisions, right? So sometimes you may think, oh, I need, funding for my business. What are you going to do with the funding? What type of business do you run? If it's product sales, or are you with the best wholesaler, making the most profit for that product? If you're in a service-based industry like me, are you charging the right amount? Do you have a structured program? Like, what is it that you do and where are you wanting to go? You have to know what you want and where you're trying to go. The bulk of the conversation, the last 2 years, everybody wants funding, but they're not ready. I got to be honest with you, they're not ready. And women think that they can become ready based upon what they already know. And a lot of times, if you're not positioning yourself in buildings, in education, financial, economic workshops, um, you don't have a mentor, you don't have a coach, you don't know at which level you can actually take that business that you're in. You only know and operate in based off the education that you have, right? And there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm here to tell you, you'll miss out on so much trying to just do it yourself, being fearful of sharing your situation, being fearful of gaining discipline to invest in yourself to get help. And I know because I've done it. I've done it years ago. Like, wish I would have been invested in a coach, right? Don't know how I was able to afford it, thousands of dollars, but I had to do it. But and I'm glad that I done it at the time that I did it because it's gotten me to this point in my business, right? I want you to really know what you want. I want you to really know who you are. And I was listening to one of my motivational speakers this morning and something came to me and I said, you know what? I want to talk about that tonight. This is what it says. People, a lot of people face anxiety and mental stability due to having consistent changes in the world that they have no control over. I'm going to say that again. A lot of people face anxiety and lack mental stability due to having consistent changes in the world that they have no control over. That's very deep. That's very, very deep. And I know it to be because I faced it myself and I see a lot of women going through it. What this statement really basically says, when you don't have mindset control, the more and more we face inflation, the more and more we face changing jobs, the more and more we face downtimes in our business, the more and more we change our relationships in our household, the more and more life happens to us. If you have no mental stability, you're going to be all over the place. Life is going to control you and you won't be controlling it. And this really touched me because I can say I personally went through this when I wasn't focused on self development, when I wasn't as mentally strong, and I didn't have the amount of discipline that I have, or consistency, or being relentless with my life. Life was pulling me all over. Life was happening. 2015, 16, all these things. I experienced repossession. Later on, ran back on bills, all these things. I mastered money mindset and I double back and help my women in the community. All the women that I coach are who I used to be. They are who I used to be, and I love that. And that's what my whole goal is to do. I'm going to be here for the next 20 years. Life is going to consistently shift. What really matters and what we need to focus on, you and I, everybody need to focus on having mind control over ourselves. So it doesn't matter who the president is. It doesn't matter what the government is, what your student loans do, what the debt collectors do, how much your job pay you, how much you maybe go through a divorce, change in and out of relationships, whether you have another child or not. It doesn't matter. We need to have mental control over ourselves, because when you have a certain amount of mind control, you will react and respond different to life. When you have a certain amount of mind control, you react and respond differently as life happens. Now, I'm not saying that these things are important. Yes, it is important who runs the country and so forth and all these things, but do we have control over it? Maybe you would think you do because you cast a vote. Okay, that's cool. What do we have control over? Do you have control over your income right now? Can you say, I'm not going to work because I don't have to tomorrow? 90% of people that work a 9 to 5 can't afford to miss one day at work because that whole 2-week paycheck is already accounted for before they show up at work, before it hits their bank account. And before it does hit their bank account, 2-3 days prior to payday, the money is already gone because the average person has everything on autopilot and their whole check goes right back out the door. I am going to be nothing but honest and realistic with you guys, and we need it raw. We need it honest. I'm 40 years old, and I wish that I knew a lot of things sooner, prior to 30 years old, prior to moving to Charlotte from Philadelphia. I learned a lot of things late in life, and I feel like that was because growing up in the inner city, we're not given a lot of options. We're like, this is what you have to do: go to school, go to work, all these things. Unless you entrepreneur at heart and you just love to, play, play the game out there, and you love sales, all these things, or you desire to work for yourself. It's the situations that happen, right? So we need to focus on what we do have control over, and that's us. That's our mindset. In order to gain control over your income, in order to gain control over your life, in order to say, I'm going to block my schedule next week and hop a flight, you have to first have mindset control. I want to be honest and transparent with you guys, as I always do. Um, I was faced with something this morning that I wasn't expecting. And if I didn't have the right mindset, it would have hit me hard. But because I'm mentally at peace and I'm mentally stable and where I'm supposed to be, and I don't let anything knock me down, that situation didn't hit me as hard as it would have hit somebody else. So mindset control is everything, right? We are people dealing with so much out there in the world. And yes, we do need money to handle certain situations. That's just flat out bottom line, right? If you back on your rent, facing eviction, whatever the case may be, you don't want to hear nothing else but I need some money. That's true. Some things we just like, we need some cash. But okay, you get the money, you go into a new, you pay your rent and stay there, or you go and get some money and you go into a new place. But what's going to happen then? What happens next? You go into that place, or you go back into that home, and you operate the same day in and day out. Your mindset is still the same. So what changes? Nothing changes, and you can be back in that same situation again. What do we change in order to shift our circumstances? It's mindset. Because if we had the right mindset, probably wouldn't have let ourselves get to zero and be so broke. We would have known how to have our money work for us. We would have known how to make money online, and get a quick $2,000-3,000 to change that situation before it got that far. We would have had resources to try to make another move. Like, you just don't know what you don't know, and that's just the bottom line. Um, so mindset is everything. Yes, money just helps some situations, but after you get the money and change the situation and make that thing right, whether it be your car get repossessed, you get the money, all right, I get my car back, or I lose the car, I go get money to go get another car. Okay, or you want to pay this bill on time. You see where I'm going with this? How do I pay this? How do I get in front of my finances and make my finances better so I can not only stay on track next time, but get farther ahead in life? How do we do that? Have you ever thought about that? That's something that you need to know. All right. So I want you guys to focus on self development. It's so very important. Self development is important. It's something that we shy away from. Hard conversations we don't want to have. A lot of different pain being brought up, but guess what? It's for the better. We cannot, do like I used to do and try to push everything under the rug, or, I'll address it later, or, I don't need to face that right now. No, you do. You really do. Because it's going to make your mind more peaceful. It's going to put you at ease. It's going to take the grudge off you. You feel like you're carrying so much. It's going to take a lot of that pain and anxiety and that exhaustion. It's going to take so much off of you so that you can operate different. And then the next thing is, well, how do I actually operate? That's when you got to be open to getting more educated so that you can get farther ahead, because we already realized we've been living life trying to barely get through, and you still don't know. It's just stuff that you still don't know. So how do you change that? How do you first admit, like, I need some help? I want you guys to focus on mindset. I want to leave you with the activity that I want you to do. So I want you to start journaling more. I want you to keep praying daily. I want you to if you in a situation where you need to shift your environment, change the people you're around, I want you to get a more positive circle. I want you to get a more successful circle. I want you to get a more financially stable circle. I want you to get a more inspiring circle, a more motivating circle. Get around some different people. I want you to journal. I want you to change your environment. Go to some places you've never been before. Start doing some things you've never done. Eat some food you never ate before. Travel to some places you've never been before. You'll be amazed at how much it'll open up your span and your visual, your dreaming, the way you view life. Because right now I know a lot of people are living in a box. A lot of people cannot dream big enough than the box that they're in because they're so consumed and overwhelmed with their financial situation and just mentally drained, right? So as much as we're going to get this money and we're going to live a life and we want to live good, I definitely want you to first focus on mindset. And it may not be an easy thing for you because I was like, years ago when I was down and out, and I would always go to seminars, lectures and things like that. They were talking about mindset and all these things. I'm like, I can't even focus on that. My rent is due. I can't focus on that. I got all these bills that's due, and I'm totally accountable for myself, right? So, in order to be able to shift, it's going to be mindset. How do you view things? How do you view people? Right? Or you want to be able to, like I had this morning, something that was unexpected hit me. And I'm like, oh, okay, it is what it is. Got to do what I got to do. That would have hit somebody else real heavy. They wouldn't have known what to do. They would have freaked out. They were like, my anxiety is high. I'm feeling depressed. Oh my God, da 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 da. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Everybody operate at different levels. But what I want you to do is not let life control you. You control it. You control life. You control your mindset. You control your money. You want to control your time. You want to control your level of freedom. You want to control how wealthy you become. You want to be able to control your life and not let it control you. And I want you guys to start journaling. Journaling, brain dumping is very, very good. So when I'm always talking about self-care, I'm not talking about spa days. I'm not talking about taking yourself out on a solo date. I'm talking about self-care where you wake up before everybody in the house or you go to bed after everybody in the house. You sit on a couch, put your feet up, grab your journal, and you write for 20 minutes and brain dump. Who am I? What am I doing? What do I want? Where am I going? Don't forget that I told you that. Because next week when we come back, I'm going to ask you, did you do it? And I'm going to ask you throughout the week, are you doing some journaling? Are you tapping into your brain and figuring out really what you want and who you are? Or are you just like, I got to get this money? If you are still on that, I'm telling you, it's going to take you a while to get yourself together. You can't build a successful company or a firm and reach this level of success operating off of emotions. And it's just not going to happen. The longer I've done that, the longer God made me wait for every next level in my life. And it doesn't stop. It's a constant everyday battle, but we get better and we progress. I want you guys to focus on who you are, what you want, and where you're going. I'll see you next week. If you have any questions based on anything I talked about, drop them in the comments and let's chat. I'll answer your questions. I'll give you guys some feedback, resources, anything you need help with. Drop it in the comments below and let me know. Let's chat about it. And let me know if this helped you. Let me know if this really helped you. If it helped you, let me know. Like, hey girl, and let me know. Let me know because I am back for Manifest Mondays every single Monday at 8 p.m. live. Hope you guys have an amazing week.